singers, I'm Justin Stoney, the founder of New York Vocal Coaching, welcoming you to episode 36 of NYVC Singer Studies. This show is all about passionate voice teachers helping us learn from legendary artists. Our artist today got her start at only 13 years old, and since then she's taken the music industry by storm. In fact, she's one of the most successful artists at a young age in the history of the music industry. It's Billie Eilish.
So you're a tough guy, like you really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always so puffed guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce your dad type. I'm the bad guy. Duh.
So beautiful. I can't wait to learn from Billie, starting with Jamie Kaufman. She's here to tell us about the science of singing softly.
One thing everyone associates with Billie Eilish is her soft, breathy vocal quality. But what many people don't realize is just how much technical skill goes into creating that intimacy and control. Billie doesn't rely on power or belting to make an impact. Instead, she uses breathiness and close mic technique to make every word feel personal and emotionally charged. Here's the key. Singing softly while staying in tune, maintaining clarity, and conveying deep emotion requires intentional technique. Not less effort, but different effort.
Give me a day or two to think of something clever, to write myself a letter, to tell me what to do.
Listen to how her voice floats with that soft, airy texture, but notice how every note is still clear and controlled. She's managing her vocal fold closure, how completely the vocal folds come together when she sings. In Billie's breathy moments, her vocal folds are slightly abducted. They're not coming together quite as firmly as they would in a fuller sound. This allows air to pass through, creating that breathy texture. But she's not just letting air leak randomly. She's controlling the airflow to maintain pitch stability and clarity. That's the skill.
I had a dream. I got everything I wanted. Not what you think. And if I'm being honest, it might have been a nightmare to anyone who might care.
Here you can hear how her close proximity to the microphone amplifies the intimacy. When you sing just inches from the mic, the quietest details become audible. The tiny breaths, the soft consonants, the delicate inflections.
Can't you hear me? I'm not coming home. Do you understand? I've changed my plans, 'cause I'm in love with my future.
In this clip, Billie brings it all together: breathiness, airflow, and close mic technique. She sustains notes quietly while maintaining pitch and clarity, and creates an emotionally raw quality. The result is a voice that feels vulnerable and intimate, yet fully supported and intentionally crafted. Billie's technique reminds us that quiet doesn't mean easy. The control required to sing softly with emotion and clarity is a skill that we can all develop with practice.
Excellent, Jamie. Next, Bryan Chan, tell us about everything we've wanted, vibrato and straight tone.
One of the defining features of Billie Eilish's signature sound is her use of vibrato. What is vibrato, you might ask? Vibrato is a rapid, periodic wavering of the sung pitch that typically comes out when a note is sustained. It sounds like this. Ah. Vibrato is in direct contrast with straight tone, which is a steady tone without vibrato, sounding like this. Ah. Now, vibrato can be used for many different purposes, but I think most people would agree that the right vibrato in the right context may create a rich, expressive tone that adds texture and dimension to one's voice. That being said, excessive use of vibrato can affect the legibility of the lyrics and disrupt the honest, raw moments of a song. Now, what is so masterful about Billie Eilish's use of vibrato is that she doesn't use it all the time. That's right. Billie is very selective with her use of vibrato. In many of her songs, she adds vibrato at the end of the phrases, usually right after a straight tone note. For instance, in Happier Than Ever, Billie first straight tones the first few words of "When I'm away" before skillfully adding a subtle vibrato at the tail end of the word "away."
When I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever.
Same thing with "I'm happier than ever," adding vibrato right at the end of ever. The straight tone start of a phrase creates an earnest, airy, and vulnerable moment that directly juxtaposes with the wide, rich, and intense feel created by her vibrato at the end of the phrase. The juxtaposition creates conflict in the vocals, which indicates to the audience, hey, maybe I'm not so happy after all. Billie does a similar thing in I Don't Want to Be You Anymore, where her opening phrase, "Don't be that way," starts again with a straight tone, then adds vibrato at the end of "Don't be that way."
Don't be that way, fall apart twice a day.
However, her vibrato is more rapid and narrow compared to Happier Than Ever, which gives off a more raw, airy feel. This time, the vibrato works in tandem with straight tone rather than contrasting it. When used selectively and intentionally, vibrato and straight tone can create a variety of feel and textures, which is why, in my opinion, vibrato and straight tone are the yin and yang of singing.
Great, Bryan. Next, Lara Castrillon is here to tell us what head voice was made for.
Billie Eilish has a very special way of singing. Her vocal style is breathy, soft, and favors head voice, with a lovely relaxed vibrato and avoiding belting high notes. Her head voice is one of the highlights of her voice, being incredibly bright and clear.
When you give me those ocean eyes, I'm scared. I've never been quite this side of the ocean. Those ocean eyes,
This choice creates emotional intimacy and vulnerability. The use of head voice with breathiness gives a dreamy, ethereal, vulnerable sound. She embraces. And this choice differentiates her voice style from other pop singers.
Think I forgot how to be happy. Something I'm not, but something I can be.
In an interview, she suggested that when she started singing, assume her voice would remain in light registers. which made her choose this stylistic decision. Even after working on technique, she still retained the softest and head voice choices. Also, her first recording were done in her bedroom late at night, so she couldn't be loud. From there, she discovered the emotional power of whisper level vocals. Using head voice doesn't mean she only uses it. She does have sounds where she uses other registers. How can you sing in a dreamy, intimate, whispery voice like Billie Eilish? Start with a gentle siren, slide from a low to a high ooh without pushing, and let the voice thin out as it goes higher. Add controlled breathiness and airy starts, like starting with an exaggerated sound. Learn dynamic control of the volume. Choose a simple melody and try it in 3 different levels: whispery, half whisper, and normal. And now add all the emotion to a song. Think about whispering the song to your lover's ear or to a sleeping baby, and focus your attention on the meaning of the lyrics. And of course, never forget to enjoy.
Thanks, Laura. And Andy King. Are consonants the bad guy?
Name a few things that come to your mind when you think about Billie Eilish's voice. Go ahead. Breathy, quiet, elongated vowels, connected phrases. And wait, did someone say articulation, diction, and consonant usage? Oh, I did. It's not something you think about when you listen to her, right? But here's why she's a master at it and why I think it's important for you. Consonants help us communicate and be understood. They can also help us as singers find some strength, g, d, b, or find release, sh, s. But they can also get in the way and tie us up or stop our flow. Let's take a listen to a few clips of her singing, and this is what you're listening for. Can you understand her? And do those consonants get in the way? Or does the flow of her sound continue on?
Like it really rough guy, just can't get enough guy, chest always so puffed guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, I seduce your dad type. I'm the bad guy. Duh. Try not to abuse your power. I know didn't choose to change. You might not wanna lose your power.
So, I think we can agree that you could understand her and the flow of her sound continued on. What makes singing special is that we get to create music with our voices and words. And for effective communication, we need to have consistency and flow in our sound. Here's what I want you to think about first. When I'm singing, is the breath I'm using and the line I'm singing on steady and continuous? Second, am I using enough articulation so that my words are being understood? Third, when I'm singing, are the consonants and diction I'm using stopping the consistency of the phonation, or are they aligned? And finally, is the way I'm using and singing these consonants and words meeting the emotional and stylistic moment? As singing musicians, we get the gift of words, so make sure you're using every bit of every word, including the consonants, to share your voice.
Fantastic, Andy. I'll give you my analysis of Billie in a moment, but first, here are some things that will make your singing happier than ever.
To get to know the Voice Lessons online team or schedule a lesson, visit voicelessonsonline.com. To get your copy of Justin Stoney's book, Sing Like Never Before, visit singLikeNeverBefore.com. If you'd like a vocal course that you can do from home, check out the Voice Lessons to the World vocal course. Our 12-part program takes you on a journey from beginner to master-level vocal exercises. Find it at voicelessonstotheworld.com. If you're a voice teacher looking to master your craft, join our worldwide community at voiceteachertraining.com. Finally, if you'd like free vocal tips sent to you each day, sign up at dailyvocaltips.com.
I gotta tell you, I appreciate Billie Eilish. When Billie first came onto the scene, almost every female artist was belting to the max. Production was to the max. Riffs, ornaments, stylistic flashiness, max, max, max. But Billie had the courage, the ingenuity, the instinct to do things differently. She had the soul of a minimalist in a maximalist world. Don't believe me? Well, let's look back at who the top artists were the year Billie came onto the scene. Adele, Katy Perry, Rihanna, Ariana Grande, Beyonce, Sia, Lady Gaga. Amazing artists for sure, but I think we can all agree these are belters with a capital B and divas with a capital D. And then along comes Billie, a minimalist with a capital M. I mean, think about Ocean Eyes, gorgeous song, and it's essentially just vocals, a simple drum beat, and synth organ. Simple poetry, simple melody, simple vocal performance, honest, authentic, straight from the heart. Heck, it could even be performed kicking back in a chair with just a piano.
I've been watching you for some time. Can't stop staring at those ocean eyes. Burning cities and napalm skies. 15 flares inside those ocean your ocean eyes, no fair. You really know how to make me cry when you give me those ocean eyes.
Yep. Less can definitely be more. And I'll tell you, for me as a voice teacher, when Billie came along, one of the coolest things was seeing my belters in shock and awe. They were like, oh, wait a minute, let me try that. I want to see if I can make the softest, breathiest, and headiest sounds in my voice. Easier said than done. And that's why today I propose to you Stoney's Billie Challenge. This challenge will ask you to do things differently and discover new parts of your artistry. So here we go. First step, choose a song, hopefully one of your go-to songs. From there, if you're a belter, can you try singing the song completely in head voice? Or if you're used to singing very loudly, can you sing the entire song as softly as possible? What if you're super good at stylizations? Well, try simplifying. Take out the riffs, the vibrato, the distortions, any extras. And finally, performers, this is a tough one. Can you sit back in a chair with your legs crossed and sing your song? Woo! Tough stuff, great stuff. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying Billie Eilish always does all of these things. I know. Sometimes she sings in chest voice. Sometimes she's a little bit more dynamic, more flashy, more performative. But the point is, these aren't the things that draw us to Billie. She doesn't inspire us because of how much she does. She inspires us because of how much she doesn't do. And that's genius, because art isn't about how much we can show, do, prove. That's actually the opposite of art. And Billie seems to get that on a deep level. Now, how encouraging is that? I mean, so many times we feel like, I'm not enough. I need more. I need to do more. I need to be more. And yeah, sometimes we do, but we also need to know that there's beauty and meaning and success in less. We'll see you next time for more Singer Studies.